The third day, teachers across our state, they are staying out of the classroom and they are heading to the Capitol. Today, state lawmakers will start debating the governor's proposal to better fund education. Nohe Lani-Graf is live at the Capitol this morning. And Nohe, at least this brings some new hope that an end could be in sight?
Exactly, because we hope to get a better look at that budget proposal today, and that could make all the difference. So joining me this morning, Joe Thomas, the president of the Arizona Education Association. Thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Day 3 here. So the governor has made a proposal. We're going to see a bill today. We know that he's already saying $100 million, but teachers wanted quite a bit more money than that. So is there a compromise?
Well, everybody here is really walked out of their classroom and walked down here to the People's House so they can support their students. We've been living in 10 years of budget cuts. Students feel those budget cuts every day. We're excited to see the governor's plan. We've heard about it, we've read about it on Twitter, but we've never had an opportunity to sit down and really see what's in it. Where does that money come from, and is it there every year, or is this kind of a one-time deal? So we're really excited to be down here today advocating for our students. We were here Thursday and the Senate closed. We could have solved this last week, we thought, and now we're dragging on into a third day, but the teachers are really resolute. They're standing strong for their students, and we really want to have better schools when we go back in.
I know that there are 5 points that teachers are looking for, so is there anything that if it can't be met, is that where the compromise comes in, or is it just as long as we've got longevity with this plan?
Well, educators have waited for almost 10 years for the legislature and any governor to act, and this governor's acting in his last year in office before re-election. So we're tired of waiting for better schools for our students. So I think they're pretty resolute about getting that $1 billion back in. Arizona could afford that back in 2008 as we went into the recession. Everyone understood we needed to tighten our belts and do more with less, but we've been out of the recession for years and we've not seen that money come back in. We're afraid that if we leave, the legislature's not going to end up funding our classes. So we really want to see that money back in our schools to lower class size and get the resources that students need to be successful.
So last question, I have to ask this. The lawmakers, once the legislature starts debating this bill, it could still take several days. Is getting it in front of them enough to get teachers back in classrooms, or does it need to be signed, sealed, and delivered to get them back to school?
Well, we've not seen a lot of trust with the legislative process and the governor so far, so I think it's difficult to answer that question. I think today gives us a lot of those answers. If we see transparency in the process, if we don't see all these closed-door meetings that are going on, if we see the legislative bills early and can have an understanding of them, then maybe that moves us back towards the classroom. That's where everybody really wants to be. They hate that they have to be down here, but they just don't feel like they can trust the process because we've waited for 10 years just to get here.
All right, Joe, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it very much. So you heard that the rally here starts at 10 o'clock this morning, and about 1 o'clock is when we expect some teachers to head on into the Capitol. I'm Nohe Lani-Graf, live in downtown Phoenix, ABC 15, Arizona.